Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today for the Best Buy Canada blog, and this time I'm taking a look at three different 3Doodlers. And the 3Doodlers are basically pins that dispense melted plastic so that you can make three-dimensional art. They are toys, they're for kids. They fall under the category of STEAM toys. That stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And so this is under the arts wing of that term. And anyway, I got three different ones here. I've got the 3Doodler Create Plus Essentials 3D Printing Pin Set. That one's for kids ages 14 and up. I've also got the 3Doodler Start Essential Pin Set. That's for ages 8 and up. It's a little bit of a younger version. And then I've also got one that isn't a pin. This one's a little bit different. It's called the 3Doodler 3D Build and Play Activity Kit, and that one's for ages 4 and up, and it's a little bit more of a pump dispenser type thing. But anyway, the first 3Doodler that I have here is kind of, I guess, the standard model or the original model. And this one, it runs a little bit hotter, and that's probably why they have it for ages 14 and up. It does come with a few things. There's this ramrod sort of device that's for clearing out blockages. Sometimes the plastic gets stuck in there and you have to kind of push it out. There's also a small wrench just in case you have to take off the nozzle or the dispenser end of the pin, and that helps you with clearing those blockages. Now, luckily, I didn't have any of those problems this time around, so I'm very happy with that. I actually reviewed a 3Doodler a few years ago, and it was getting blocked all the time, so maybe they've improved. It certainly seems that way, and I'm definitely glad of it if they have. Now, the second doodler here is for ages 8 and up. It's a really sort of a big around, kind of a fat pin-like device. It might be kind of difficult for smaller hands to manage and still to be able to create any sort of decent art. But that actually may be a good thing too, because that probably holds the heat in a bit better, and then there's less risk of burning your hand. Because to my touch, at least, this one didn't feel like it was getting quite as hot as the main 3Doodler. Now, this one comes with a couple packages of plastic rods. The other version come with 3 different packages of plastic rods that are a couple different types of plastic and different colors and stuff. And this 8 and up version also has a book that you can kind of trace out different images on, sort of two-dimensionally, and then you can lift them up off the book and put them together in different ways to make interesting designs. Now, the plastic, when it melts, it kind of comes out at a sort of a slow rate on this second one. The more advanced one has a couple of options. You can have it coming out fast or slow. There's a button to go back and forth with that. And this one, it comes out a little bit slower, and sometimes it tends to start to reharden again before you can really do everything you want to do with it. So you do have to be kind of fast with these if you plan to really be successful at creating three-dimensional art. Now, the third one here, this one isn't actually a pin. Like I say, it's more of a pump dispenser thing. It's got this yellow crank handle that is very cool because you can actually install it on either side of the device, and that way, whether you're a left-hander or a right-hander, you can use it either way, no problem at all. Now, the problem with it is that you got to crank like mad to get the plastic to come out at any kind of a rate, and again, it does tend to start to harden a little bit before you really can do everything with it. It does come with some cool stuff though. There's a mold that has animals, a car, different objects in there, and if you can crank it out in time and fill those molds, you can actually make some pretty cool, like I tried to make a giraffe, for example. It came out terrible. It was a disaster, but I am not so good at this. People with more patience and kids that have sort of an artistic interest may do a lot better if they get the patience to use it, but it wasn't really working out so much for me, although I do see where it can be a lot of fun if you do have the patience. Now, one interesting thing that I wanted to mention is that all three Doodlers are powered in a different way. So the main one, the one for 14 and up, that one actually plugs into the wall. It's got an adapter. The middle version, the 8 and up one, that has a rechargeable battery and a little USB cord that you can use to charge it up. And the little pump thing, actually you put in 3 AA batteries in that one. So kind of interesting how they've done that. Now, all that I was able to get successful out of this as far as my art goes was my signature. That looked okay. Everything else looked just terrible. But overall, it is kind of fun to try. And depending on the type of temperament that the child has that you're getting this for, it could be a great success or it could be a total failure. So kind of keep that in mind. The child needs to have a little bit of patience and certainly an interest in artistic projects and that sort of thing. If they do, and if they got a little bit of talent, they might be able to crank out some really interesting stuff with these 3Doodlers. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say here in the video review, but you can check out my complete written review over at the Best Buy Canada blog, where I do try to go into more detail and give more specs and stuff like that. So I will see you over there. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next review.